Welcome back to SportsZone. It is the final block of the day, and we're finally done with basketball. That last block was crazy, but now we are going into a sport that's just beginning its season. It's the MLB. I'm joined by Bowey, Devlin, and Miguel Flores. Guys, it's early on, but how have you felt about the Rangers so far?
Man, that first game was definitely questionable. Had you worried about, our hitters getting off to those hot starts, but kind of came back late, and then the last 4 games have been really solid. We've been hitting well, pitching well. Our bullpen's been nice, so I'm happy with them.
Bowey?
I just think the last 3 games have been really controlled. As like Miguel said, that first game was just kind of pitiful. It just looked like nothing was really clicking. And I feel like now that they're really finding themselves, besides the closers, I think the Rangers are looking very solid.
That's fair. And let's talk about the game today. 8-5 win over the Orioles. It was a great series against the Orioles. Who stood out to you guys for the Rangers in this series and just overall in the young season so far?
We were watching the game out there, and today Dan really lit it up. He went 3 for 4. He had 3 RBIs in this game, which was really solid. And then Seager had 2 RBIs in this game and that bomb earlier, but he's been killing it. Seager's definitely the guy to watch this year for the Rangers. Hopefully he can stay healthy and avoid that injury plague like he has been the last couple of years.
That's a big thing for Corey Seager. He's been very injured these past couple of years, but he has had a very hot start. Bowey, who's impressed you?
Seager. He's just that guy. Like when I think of just a great Texas Rangers player, I always think of Corey Seager because he's just that dude. He just knows how to just control and take lead for the team.
That's fair. Has anyone else stood out to you? Because Corey Seager, he's kind of the veteran. We kind of want him to lead by example. Is there anyone kind of a little more unexpected? You mentioned Danny Jansen. Anyone else?
Everyone's kind of been doing their jobs, which is really satisfying to see. Like we said, in that first game, obviously the bats didn't get started till late. And then throughout these last couple of games, we've been getting going early. We've been seeing solid production from guys like Brandon Nimmo and Wyatt Langford finally contributed a little bit. He's getting that average up. So it's good to see those guys, come in and do their part, and we just hope to see that more.
That's fair. How have you felt about the young players? We saw Jack Leiter make a pretty solid start. We've seen Wyatt Langford get his average up, like you said. How have you felt about the young pieces on this core, Bowey?
I feel like that it's working. They're clicking. The team is 3-1 right now, and it's partially and actually majority because of them, because they're making plays and just stepping up, being the next man up.
That's fair. Miguel, anyone stood out to you for these young core,
Jack Leiter, obviously, he tore it up. There's a lot of guys. Cole Winn has been kind of stepping up. Last year was really good. It was good to see him play again. He's a really solid piece that comes in and relieves. But there's an older guy that I want to talk about.
Takio-ish.
Andrew McCutchen, man.
Oh, dude.
I love Jock, but you got to go with the bat that's hot. Andrew McCutchen has been the guy. Keep him in. He's putting runs on the board. We need to go with Andrew McCutchen.
That's fair. Did you guys see what was going on when he got that bomb? What was going on in Dallas? The furry convention. It's McCutchen furries. What else are you expecting other than stray bombs? That's what his reputation is. But are there any issues for this team that you had, or things you expected coming into the season that worried you, or strengths that you have seen play out in these first couple games?
Worries were are we able to back up our great pitching? Last year we weren't able to do it, and that kind of got us in a hole a lot, especially in that late postseason push where we had the opportunity to do it, and we just were not able to continue and get those runs on the board. This year it hasn't been that big of an issue, but the one thing that fears me is our late reliever, especially Chris Martin. He almost blew the lead 2 games ago against the Phillies. Today he kind of gave 2 runs, and you're like, oh my gosh, man, this guy. But, that's really it. Hopefully we can stay consistent, though.
That's fair, and we have a first-year manager in Skip Schumacher. Do you have faith in him to, make decisions regarding that bullpen? How have you felt? Obviously, it's super early on for him in his career, 6 games, but how have you felt about his decision-making so far?
Well, I don't know about Bowey, but I think that it's been pretty solid. The only thing that I would change is maybe put in McCutchen over Jock. I want to see Jock succeed, but right now, you're 0 for 6. You're not contributing. Do something, please.
That's fair. Bowey, how have you felt about Andrew McCutchen, or about Skip Schumacher, the manager?
I feel like it's working well. Again, being 3-1, I feel like that really shows that everything is just kind of falling into place. Pieces are just rolling, and I feel like that is what, the Rangers need, especially coming this season, being that team that, one of the biggest what-ifs, and they're making it click so far, and I just like what I'm seeing.
That's fair, and I think we got to talk about the biggest storyline in all of baseball. It's the ABS challenges.
Yes.
The ABS challenges have been absurd. They've been a very good decision by the league, I think.
So.
How have you guys felt about them?
I love it. I don't know if you guys have know who C.B. Buckner is, but he's kind of a notorious umpire.
Talk about that.
The other day against the Red Sox, he missed 20. Red Sox Reds. He missed 20 calls and was challenged 6 times. He is awful. So I think this is a great thing for the players. We're really going to see how great their eyes are, especially their knowledge of the strike zone is awesome to see. But, I mean, I think it's great. I love it so far. There's a couple of challenges where you're like, come on, challenge that. But obviously, you don't have full control.
Bowie, how have you felt so far about the ABS?
I mean, as being from Houston, watching the Astros and seeing Mike Trout pat his head like 3 times in one at-bat shows me that, like, someone like him being such a skilled player, I just think that that's good that they're noticing that and they're really stepping up to, call it out.
That's fair, and I think even outside of the players and the umpires, I think the fans have really taken to it really early. I feel like the crowd reactions for the ABS challenges have been electric. And
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah, and the umpires is the biggest thing, though. I mean, my dad called me today and said, when do you think they're getting rid of the umps with this? I mean, they've just been so bad, especially the older umps. They're getting exposed with these challenges.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, back in the day, obviously, you had to learn the umpire strike zone, but now, our hitters and our pitchers and our catchers, everyone is at an extreme advantage. I think that they've got it set up really nice. Maybe throw in another challenge and maybe more than 2 seconds to make the call, but I like it.
Yeah, I think it's been super successful. Do you guys think that we're going towards full robot umps? Do you think that we're going to get rid of, umps in general? Or do you think that this is kind of the perfect medium where it's a little bit robot, a little bit umpire?
I mean, in-person umps are literally like pretty much the backbone of baseball. Like, I feel like robotic, like, sure, it would be 100% accurate pretty much, but like I feel like human umpires literally add like some suspense to baseball. They like change like the emotions of the fans and the crowd. It just like a robot saying strike 1, strike 2. Like I just couldn't see that. They need to keep the people in the game.
I completely agree. I think it's underrated how important the vibes are for sports. People too often think about every call has to be right or every call has to be wrong. I think what it adds to the experience of the game is really understated. Miguel, how do you feel?
Yeah, I think you need to keep the umpires in. They're a big part of the game. It's still cool to kind of see how they have their own strike zone. They have their own vision and how they see the game. So to also, watch the players get to challenge it, adds drama, adds suspense. It gives some people something other fun to watch. So I think keep the umpires. I like we got a good mix going right now.
That's fair, and I mean, it's crazy with ABS that we've seen every MLB player shrink 3 inches now. Every single player is listed shorter except for the ethical king, Shohei Ohtani. But I mean, who's impressed you around the league so far this season?
A guy that I'm happy to see doing pretty good so far and off the hard start is Mike Trout, man. That guy, love him with my full heart. Obviously, grew up watching him and that first series against the Astros, you're like, oh my gosh, he's back. And I'm hoping he's able to maintain it. The last 2 games, he's kind of fallen off, but still early on in the season. But I want to see some more success from him.
I think he's still somehow one of the most underrated players of the generation, even though he's considered one of the best. I feel like the level that Mike Trout was out is not often appreciated because of the playoff success. So I'm super excited to see him start hot. What about you, Bowie?
Yeah, I mean, again, for me, like Miguel said, it's Mike Trout. I mean, he made the Astros pitching just look abysmal because the dude was just ripping it. He would just take 3 balls and then just crush one out, and it's like, it's just admirable as an Astros fan. It's just crazy to see him performing at such a high level this late, I guess, late in his career. Yeah. So I just feel like it's really nice.
That's fair. I'm going to mention one player real quick. I got to rag on my boy Miguel here. Before the season, I told him in fantasy baseball, I told him there's one name you got to draft in fantasy baseball, and that is Murakami on the White Sox. And what does he do? 3 homers, 3 games. That's my goat.
Murakami is great, but if you have the option to get Junior Caminero, a proven big leaguer, hit 42 home runs last year, and a guy who's kind of new to the game, you're going to go with Junior.
But even if you have the host approval,
I have the host approval. I'm happy with my Junior pick. We'll see if I regret it later.
Yeah, there's still a lot of season left. But what teams have really impressed you? Because we've talked about Mike Trout, but what teams have gotten off to these hot starts for you guys?
The Nationals. I mean, open up 3-1. The Cubs are a great team. I think they've built a solid roster, and to kind of see Nationals go in there and beat them up a little was interesting. And then also the Yankees are dominant, which I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of, but
sad to see that one.
They're so good. It's so frustrating, but we'll see what happens when the playoffs come.
That's fair, Bowie. What about you? Who's impressed you on these teams so far?
It's got to be the Angels and the Cardinals again. Like one of my best friends was from St. Louis, and he's finally like excited about a Cardinals year for the first year since like 2022 when they had that wild card series against the. Trying to remember. Do you remember? 2022.
No,
I think it was against I don't know. It was against someone pretty. It was the Phillies. They had a wild card series against the Phillies and they lost in 2. But I'm just happy to see that the Cardinals are doing good for my best friend's sake, and just for the league's sake to see the Cardinals doing good as for a team that's like been under the radar for so long, and coming to the year we're like expected to like tank.
Yeah.
I guess seeing them be 2-2 and should be 3-1, I just feel like that's admirable.
That's fair, and I think it's time to ask the question. It's a little early, but are the Rangers contenders this year? Are they pretenders? Are they tanking? What status do you have for the Rangers this year early on?
Our starters have looked good. Our bullpen has looked good. Our whole roster's kind of been hitting well. If we're able to maintain it, stay healthy, continue. I don't know what the approach is that Skip Schumacher set for the league, for our guys, but it's working right now. Keep with it. I think that we can be a contender. I think we'll make a push this year.
That's big words, Bowey. I mean, do you agree? Are you a contender in the cards this year for the Rangers?
Yeah, I mean, the Rangers are great. Got to give them props as an Astros fan yet again. Like, they just seem like such a well team this year, and I'm really excited to see, Seager and all those guys really just kind of go at it. It's just admirable, and I think that division is actually up for grabs for 3 teams, being the Astros, the Angels, and the Rangers. I think the Mariners fall.
I was about to say, no mention of the Mariners. Miguel, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I mean, the Mariners are good, obviously. I think that we are going to see a little drop in Cal Raleigh's performance. He's not going to be the same guy he was last year, but
he's not setting the record for catches for a home run.
No, not again. But I think the Mariners will be good. It's going to be a tough race in the AL West, so I'm excited to see it. But hopefully the Rangers lock in for me.
Fingers crossed. We always want to see the Rangers do well, but there's a lot of season left, so we'll be talking about them a lot more on SportsZone. Sadly, this is the end of our show. Join Steven on Thursdays, me next Tuesday. We only have a couple shows left, so please follow us. Join the shows. Watch everything, please. And I'll see you next week.